What's up? How's it going?
Oh man, it's gonna be
I'm actually not gonna be too busy on here tonight. I'm not gonna really mess with the Blue Mage, as you can see in the title. All I'm really gonna be doing tonight is messing with the Summoner, and we're not doing that right now, Choco. The Summoner and the Gun Brew. Hey, Kerr, chill. I don't really know exactly what I'll do, but I do know I'm gonna do the roulette. We'll see how that really goes throughout the night, and just gotta see from there. Hopefully things do go well. First off, though, as the Summoner, I'm gonna like I'll wave again. I'm gonna
do the Beast Tribe quest, Gold Saucer stuff.
But yeah, I'm actually on here kind of late, so I'm not gonna be on quite as long. Not too many more days, and I'll get to do the next chapter of this. And I'll say it again later on, but I'm probably like 99% not gonna be streaming this Wednesday. I'll definitely be on tonight. I'll be on tomorrow. Wednesday, no. Then Thursday and Friday I'll be on. Saturday will be something different, but I'll be here, kinda. And then on Sunday I'll be back to doing more Final Fantasy XIV. So it's gonna be a little bit of a mix of stuff, but that's kind of what's on the menu for this week. But yeah, Wednesday, like 99%. There's like a 1% chance I might be on Wednesday. I doubt it. Skittles is getting so big! She just came running over here. She's just so big! Anyway, leave her alone, Choco. Chill. Hey, calm down. Anyway, gonna like just jump into things here. Gonna first off just run to the Gold Saucer, and I guess we'll see how that's gonna go from there. Hopefully I have some good luck. I'd like to actually get some good drops to Gold Saucer. I'm going way out of my way. Here we go. What time is it? I do have enough time for a gate. I think it's the Slosses, actually, no. The Slosses route ends pretty quick. I'm gonna try, maybe. I think it's probably the Slosses route, though. I would hope it was Leap of Faith or Air Force One, but I don't think they actually hit around this time. Event concluded. It was the Slosses route. Said it as soon as I got here. Oh well. You can still do the scratch offs. I think I need some repairs. I could have done that at the free company house, but I didn't. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. I could definitely use some repairs, though. Also, if things pan out correctly tonight, I'm going to try to, hopefully, and maybe get another piece of gear. I've got 561, and reset is tomorrow, so I might be able to get a new piece. Last time I was on here, I actually kind of like went through and talked about what I thought I might need next, and we'll just see how that goes. Okay. Oof. Ugh, tease. Only 80. Maybe not. 72. $720. Not bad. Not the best, but I mean, it's really not bad. It's like 5th place, I think. If you go on like a placement tier, so to speak. Don't really think there's anything else to do here. Just rummage through some quick Beast Trap quest stuff. Quit clicking on people. Wait, da-da-da. What, Choco? Don't need none of that. The Titania Barding. I actually like it quite a bit. Hey, Rez logging in. What the fuka? He's gonna blast through these. I think all of them are over here. 1, 2. Wait, are they the same? No, that's what the fuka. What you doing, Bokura Joe? Okay, it's very far north. Prod and Seek. Alright, let's do it. You know, I really like the Granai. It's a really cool mount. It was kind of like it came with the collector's edition. Also kind of like Sildra from the Stormblood. But I don't really ever ride these. I don't really like their themes that much. They're so basic. Plus the Final Fantasy 15 car is so nice. I really do wish and hope that they bring the Regalia event back for people that didn't get to do it. I mean, obviously I did, but there's a lot of people out there that didn't get the chance. They don't like to grind for the MGP. I'm an MGP freak. Hey, Rez executing those actions. I always forget. You'd think I wouldn't because literally leveling the Gunbreaker blade. Always forget. That's what you have the mates for. What you doing, Fuka? Is that really it? No, yeah. Multiple Fuka. Talking about basic mount music, and I'll jump on the Colossus Koopa car. Or Koopa car Colossus, yeah. Go north and travel back south. Maybe it's already saved on here. It's been a while, but not that long, really. Beaver! Sweet. Riz! What's up, Riz? I'm glad you could make it. How was the Monday? Hopefully, it was better than mine. Like, the end of my Monday, the rest of the Monday, I could have went through this whole lifetime without it. It just wasn't that great of a day. Had to go back to work. I still wish they'd fix this loop in here. I wonder if they ever will. The loop in Le Dalaran. Like, I want that to be a thing. You know how, like, at every fan fest, everybody just gets the chance to walk up and talk to Yoshi P and ask him a question about the game? That one right there is one somebody needs to be asking out there. Are you ever gonna loop the music in Le Dalaran? Ugh. Your day was pretty good? Well, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, my day really, it really wasn't that bad. It was just, I've had better days. One of those kind of things. Did some tank runs with zombie earlier. Nice. You liking the gunbreaker? I'm actually liking it. It's a weird mix. How it feels. It feels like you're running the good parts of the Dark Knight mixed with like an old school World of Warcraft tank. Like I've never played Paladin in this, and I've never played Warrior, so I don't really know the comparison that compared to those two. But I have actually got my Dark Knight to 70 at least. Well, you know, and I see it and feel those Dark Knight feels with it. Not as many, because Dark Knight's, it's so easy to pull aggro as a Dark Knight. And, I mean, it's pretty easy as a Gunbreaker as well. It's a little bit easier to pull as a Dark Knight, though. So far, you know, I'm, like, level 62 as a Gunbreaker. But, like, I don't know. I still feel a lot of those element traits, but, like, again, to me, it feels like a really cool old-school World of Warcraft tank. Gosh, it's a weird thing I was kind of craving the other day. It was a good old run as a tank in World of Warcraft. Although a lot of people used to hate me because I would play like warrior and dual wield like two-handed swords. It's not a good build, but it's fun. It's pretty fun. Tanking still gives you anxiety, though. I feel you. Monday will always be Monday. Yeah. That's literally some stuff I was tanking. Not tanking. Man, I saw your tank message, but that's what I was thinking earlier. I actually said that to my buddy Nelson. In a different choice of words, but basically the same thing. They were asking me how today was, and I just gave him the blunt, it's Monday. But I mean, maybe you'll get over tank anxiety soon. Hopefully, I mean, I feel for you, but hopefully you do. Do you actually want to run some stuff tonight? I'm just going to be doing roulette with the summoner and with the gunbreaker. I'm just trying to actually do the things I can't do with the gunbreaker, obviously as the summoner. I'm just really needing some tombstones. I need to just get my shit together and get my character up. I can even do blue mage tonight. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Then again, tomorrow we'll actually have the actual raid that we can do, the copied factory. You like how you can do crazy stuff on that, on WoW, and get away with it? Yeah. See, that was a big thing. Like, I hate that Shadow Priest. I mean, it was never truly a big thing anyway. I mean, it was okay, but I've talked about it a million times how I used to love Shadow Priest. And, I mean, I guess I feel pretty much about the same way as, like, dual-wielding two-handed swords as a tank, you know? Like, I don't know, it's just one of those things, you know? You don't often get to do that in a lot of games. And having a healer as a DPS, that's another one of those. I don't know, it's just, both of those things was really, really awesome to me about World of Warcraft. Sure, awesome. I'll be glad to have you. Is that everything? Yep, good deal. Honestly, do wish that, like, I love that this game has all the different, like, I love the fact that, like, you're not glued to, like, one specific thing. Like, in World of Warcraft, you make a character, that's your character. You can change specifics, but for the most part, that's your character. But one of the big things I've always liked about Final Fantasy XIV was this right here, how one character can just be so many different classes. And that's really cool. But I do wish they had that little flair of diversity of classes that World of Warcraft always had. Like with the warrior, you can use, you know, once again, I was saying, you could dual wield two-handed swords. That was always one of the biggest perks I loved. You can go classic, just one two-handed sword build. It increases your accuracy tenfold almost. Or, I mean, there's just like so many different builds that you could do. And, you know, like I said, that diversity of World of Warcraft was always really nice. But, I mean, I guess it's what you can get. You know, this game, one character can do so many things. And in that, you know, one character, you have one classification that can do so many things. So I guess it's the ebb and pull of MMOs, but that was a really cool thing. The new Discipline Priest, you have to DPS to heal now? Really? That's pretty cool. They have no straightforward hills anymore. Well, that's a little shameful and a little cool at the same time, though. I need to go try to be a healer in World of Warcraft again. New World of Warcraft sounds interesting. I haven't played literally since Legion, so there's probably been a lot of changes that I've just not experienced. Although I'm not going to be trying to get into any other MMORPGs anytime soon, except for Tim later this month, like the 21st early access releases. I'm going to try my best to be their day one early access. I didn't play any of the alpha, which I don't really think it'll matter. They're doing like a full in-game WAP. So like anybody that did play alpha, all their stuff gets, you know, removed. And they got to start fresh for everybody going into early access, which is a big thing I'm really into and like. I was a little afraid at first with the alpha build before I heard that the people that played alpha would have this bigger advantage over everybody else, but it's not the case, which is really awesome. It seems like the people who are making Tim has literally just like stopped and considered everything. One of the cool things, they actually, somebody on Discord the other day on their channel on Discord was actually telling me that the devs will come into the group chat and actually start asking them questions and do polls to see like how people actually feel about certain things of the game, like certain aspects that should be changed or things that they would wish that would be added, or even just like how they feel about the general specifics of parts of the game, which is amazing. Old Discipline Priest was like Scholar on 14. That's long gone, really. Some oil changes are pretty interesting, but they don't go far enough to pull you back in. I feel like that's kind of me as well. That's me, honestly, with a lot of MMORPGs. Preston K, thanks for the love. But yeah, I mean, I'm a huge old school World of Warcraft fan. I played literally every expansion. Pretty much, you know, like I played Vanilla WoW right before. What was the second? Was it a Burning Crusade? The Burning Crusade? I think that was the second one. And then Wrath of the Lich King. And then, gosh, what was that? Was Cataclysm next, or was it the Miss of Pandaria? I can't remember. And then, you know, I played Legion. Miss of Pandaria, though, was for sure the one I wasn't actually an active member at the time when it came out. It came, like, right at the end of it. And then there was, like, what was it, Warlords of Draenor? Was that an actual expansion, or was that just, like, an in-game patch thing going on? I can't remember that either. But yeah, that was a big part of World of Warcraft for so many years. It's just, I feel like I'm right there with you. There's so many things that I feel like could change, especially after playing Final Fantasy 14 here, that I wish they'd do that. But, I mean, there is still some specifics to the game that I do actually miss. Like, teetering around, you know, you're not just, like, one set. You can just, like, mess around and have, like, again, you know, I'll just, for examples, like, Shadow Priest stuff, or, like, even, the Warrior, again, you know, being able to wield two-handed swords. But I really cannot wait for Tim. The game's gonna be so amazing. Sorry, I got a random recommendation to watch the new trailer to the new Terminator game. Burning Crusade, Wrath, Cataclysm, Miss of Pandaria, Warlords, Legion, Battle for Azeroth. Okay, yeah, so I was kind of on path there. Kind of in line with it. Handsome Cruz, what's up? How's it going? How you doing? I've heard nothing but good things about Tim. Yeah, honestly, I'd look into it. Like, you could join their Discord and ask questions. The community that's there is already pretty cool. You've got some people who are just, like, wanting to troll out, you can tell. That comes with every online game ever. But, like, oh, man, it's like everything you've ever wanted out of a Pokemon MMORPG. That's all I can say. You know, like, it's perfect platform MMORPG-based build. They don't have quite. I think I read that there was like 141 Tim. It's not like the original 150 Pokemon, but they're going within their guidelines without, getting themselves sued or their game taken down. Like, they are literally going the correct path in every way they can. They're getting license agreements later in May to go to PlayStation 4, Switch, and Xbox One, which is amazing. You don't really hear that much about many PC games really trying to like grow and branch out that much. The backing that they have had on Kickstarter, over $500,000. Then they're on Humble as well, or Humble Bundle. Not to mention the money that they've made from Discord and so many awesome things. And it's pretty great. Had an early access to alpha. Yeah, you can actually do that. Like, anybody can do that right now if you actually want to back the game. I could do it. Actually, at the moment, I can't do it. You could. I cannot. I need to kind of watch my money. The holidays are kind of like crucified me. But on a more jolly note, though, you actually can. Anybody can get into the alpha access right now. It's actually really easy. You just gotta back them up on Kickstarter and pledge a certain amount of money, and they'll actually give you the game and early access or alpha access if you really want to get further into it. Or you can, like I just said, on Humble Bundle, they're on there now as well. And you can actually back them and get early access or alpha access also. Me, I'm just really not into it. Like, I've talked to somebody just the other day through Discord, and they were telling me it's still very, very, very limited. They're not releasing too much of the full game until, like, early access actually arrives. A lot of the Tim aren't accessible at the moment. A lot of the parts of the other islands aren't accessible at the moment. The full story isn't accessible at the moment. So you can just, like, literally dabble with it. It's almost like it's in demo phase, which I know it's alpha, but I don't even want to call it a real alpha phase. It's in like beta demo phase, it's like most of like the actual kinks have been worked out. They've talked to a lot of people through Discord and watched a lot of streamers play it and stuff like that. And so that again, that's another really cool thing about it. But like, there's just still so much. I think that there's not even 50 Tim accessible at the moment. But still, if you want to get into it, you can, get your little hand. I'm looking at the Lalafell and saying little hands here. I'm being disrespectful. But yeah, you can get your hands on it. The only thing about it too, it's another reason why I'm not that interested with it either. On early access, I want to have like a full dive into it. I'm going to be playing on PC. But like, they're doing a WAP, so like any of the progress you make is gonna be nothing. So and I also want to have like genuine, like early access, full game experience reactions. I don't want to be like, one thing was already really spoiled for me right off the bat. I already know a lot about your rival in the game. They kind of have like that other Pokemon S thing going on as well. I'm not going to give you guys any details, but I already know a couple of specific things. I'll even say it when I'm streaming the game and everything. I'm not going to give you fake reactions. But, I mean, the reactions when I play video games is always a big thing to me. Like, there was actually some guy that started watching a lot of my streams at work the other day. And he was talking to me today about, like, do I do it beforehand, then go in and play it? And the only games I've ever did that with were Final Fantasy games, like Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, and 4. I did that with. And fun fact about 3 and 4, I never played the remakes until on YouTube, but I played the originals. And then Final Fantasy 10, I've literally, if you watch the stream, there's no faking that. I played it. I even was very choosy about the specific characters I leveled up toward the end. I only got a handful of celestial weapons to make it through the end. Final Fantasy 12, another one. And then Final Fantasy 14 is actually super fresh. This is one game that I was very fresh on out of the Final Fantasy series. Never played any of it until streaming, and never played any of it outside of stream either. Except for a couple events on Gold Saucer stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I've jumped on here a couple times and just like randomly went to the Gold Saucer to get some MGP. And then, Final Fantasy 15, that was another one, But the fun fact about 15 is, I'd never beat it off stream. Like, I played the game, and I made it so far, but then I started streaming, quit playing the game, then went back to it, and then beat it on stream, which was really nice and fun to do. But yeah, most of the other games I've already played before, except for like the actual new titles I always like to get in here. Except for Persona 5, which I did play Persona 5 like through the first semester of school, then quit playing, then started streaming again. It was around that weird time, and then I just kind of like finished that out. But that was a fun thing to do. But every other title that I do, it's like I'd prefer not to have much information given to me. That way, every reaction along the way, like God of War, Shadow of the Colossus, that's another one actually. Shadow of the Colossus I played back in the day on the original, the PS2 version. And then I played the remake. So, it's iffy on that one. You know, God of War, Star Wars, gosh, there's been so many games. So let me just do this really quick. I'm not going anywhere, I'm just getting an idea. Dissidia NT. Ni no Kuni, which I need to finish. Fallout 76. Been quite a few games on here that I've actually played that I had no knowledge of beforehand. But, yeah. You hate that Nintendo... Yeah, see, that's a big thing about Temtem as well. The makers of Temtem were like a big, like... I don't know if you remember the actual Pokemon fan-made MMO that used to be on the internet. Nintendo actually seized, like, everything about that game and then just took it down. So that's another reason why the makers of Temtem have been making Temtem and making it the way that it is. It was literally supposed to mirror the MMO online RPG of Pokemon that used to be online for free back in the day, again, until Nintendo seized all rights to it, and then just completely shut it down. And I know what you mean. I think the reason that Nintendo doesn't do it completely is mainly, it's kind of like how you can only stream certain games of theirs and actually get, like, full copyright content, like, agreement to it. Very few games, but I think a lot of that just has to do with, like, community. You got people that are going to be playing with children on there, and they're just not gonna be friendly, so to speak. I think that's a big thing with Nintendo. I don't really know, but I think it is. It's what my thing is. Sword and Shield is pretty close to the online gameplay. Yeah, Steven was actually telling me that. You know, it's like seamless almost to, so you can just like go online or offline mode, which is, I mean, that's pretty cool. Right now is more of a stress test, so yeah, it makes sense. There's not a lot. Yeah, see, like, that's a big thing. And yeah, they don't even have the real stress test up yet, but that's basically a good way to look at it. Right now they're testing the waters before they do a complete launch. That's why it's going on PC before consoles as well. Need to get back into 15. 15 is a great game. Like, I hate that a lot of the old school Final Fantasy fans didn't like Final Fantasy 15 because they went full on hack and slash. Which, in saying that, I'm glad that, you know, in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, they're at least for the people that didn't get into the hack and slash era, which I love. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I love me a good turn-based game too, obviously. And you know, I still play 14 here, and I've said it multiple times, like, one of the best to-date remasters that's out is Final Fantasy XII. Complete mirrored gameplay, Final Fantasy XII remaster and Final Fantasy XIV here. So, you know, it's like a good turn-based-esque system as well. And plus, I mean, I'm a Pokemon fan. Temtem, I'm pretty sure it's turn-based. But I gotta say, I do like the newer era of hack and slash being in a lot of Final Fantasy games. It gives it a new element that it's just more hands-on and a lot less like chess and more like an actual video game. Which, I'm not saying anything bad. Again, I still like turn-based systems. I've played all the Final Fantasy games out there. Huge Final Fantasy fan. It's cool to see them from a different perspective, and you know, I think that's a cool thing that they're doing with Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's going to be, you know, same gameplay almost as Final Fantasy 15, kind of a little bit of 13, the way it looks a little bit in gameplay too, but not too much. But then, you know, if you're not into either of those, they have that classic mode where you can just like straight turn-based system the game, which is really cool to see. Try Octopath Traveler and Bravery Default 2 when it comes out. I never played the first Bravery Default. I've thought about Octopath Traveler though. That game looks extremely right up my alley. I've never actually played it just because of a few reasons. The bigger ones are my schedule is so booked. But Octopath Traveler, I gotta say, has legitimately looked right up my alley. That game, I love the fact that there's optional stories that you can take, and then each character story that you take, they're a different class. So that was a cool thing. I watched Mr. Happy play a little bit of it when it first came out. And I watched another streamer do it as well. I don't know exactly who. I can't remember. It's been a while. But it did look like a game that was like just extremely up my alley. It's just, again, my schedule is like so booked as far as like the games I'm trying to do. But it has definitely been a game I thought about. The game looks amazing. So did anybody see the PlayStation 5 logo? I hate that it's such a big deal right now. I saw it on GameSpot. I just had an email from Game Informer. Like, people are freaking out. I was like, oh my god! PlayStation 5 logo! It looks exactly like the PlayStation 3 and 4 logo. It's changed the number. Would love the Octopath. The stories are so good. I mean, they seem so good. Honestly, I hate to say it and sound like a fanboy, but honestly, if Mr. Happy's out there playing it and he's into it, I hate to say it, it's probably pretty good. It's like the only thing I regret about never playing Final Fantasy XI. I've only heard good things about it. I've heard some wonky things about it, but it was mainly from people who tried playing it on PlayStation 2. But yeah, Mr. Happy, if he's played it, you know, it's decent. Although I gotta give it to him. He played Opera Omnia much longer than I did. I played it for a little bit. Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia was in a mobile app game. It's okay, but it's like tap and go, and I just couldn't get into it. It kind of bothered me. Added a little bit of a story, but I don't even think any of it's canon. I don't think any Dissidia game is, for that matter. But still, yeah, I played it for about a month, I guess. I think the longest ongoing mobile app game I've played has been Mario Kart Tour. I just can't stop. I'm not quite as addicted to it as I used to be, but I cannot stop playing that game. I played it so much. And it's a great time waster. Gosh, now I got myself re-hopped for Final Fantasy VII. I'm a little bummed out that people actually got butthurt. Like, don't get me wrong, I get it, you know, literally, I know a lot of work's going into Final Fantasy VII Remake. But when the demo was leaked, that you had so many people just butthurt. Like, to me, like, if you know that there's, like, I haven't watched the leak of the demo. I haven't read anything hardly into it other than the fact that I know it exists. I just want the demo to come out so I can play it. But it's not really that hard to just, like, avoid spoilers if you really, you know, just take the time to avoid them. There's so many people that's been so upset that Tetsuya, like, Nomura, I mean, he has the right to be upset. You know, it's his game. It's his love child, basically, of Square Enix. Next to Kingdom Hearts. But I don't know. Back on subject, though, aside from that, I'm very stoked about that game. My goodness. Final Fantasy VII Remake's gonna change the world, I feel like. Although, I know they did actually change the story. I don't know how they've done it. It's just like reading tweets and stuff like that. But I do know parts of the story have changed. And I feel like from trailers that I've seen that it's just things that are going to tie into Advent Children a little bit more that should have come to, you know, probably came out a long time ago. And maybe some hints of Before Crisis and Crisis Core, which they barely have rights to somehow anymore in the games. don't really exist as far as the code goes anymore, so they can't really reuse or remake a lot of that, which I wish they could. If we could get a to-date remake, or at least remaster, of Cross's Core, holy shit, it's the one game I think that I would literally just say, sorry guys, I'm not playing Final Fantasy XIV for a couple weeks. I'd probably also call off a lot of real-life plans as well, to be honest with you. That game, whew. Pretty excited since you've never played 7. You're in for a treat of a good story. And the hack and slash edition's right up your alley. You love a good hack and slash. I'm the same boat. I love a good hack and slash as well. Again, you know, I like turn-based system. It's directly ingrained in my video game roots. I've been a turn-based system video gamer practically more than half of my life. As soon as I could read is the best way to put it. Even slightly beforehand. I could kinda read when I started playing Pokemon, but barely. It came out in 1996 in 7, and I was 3 years old, so give and take. Ebb and pull there with that one. But I've loved a good, gonna be honest, you think 7's a bit overrated? You know, I don't really blame you for saying that, Cruz. I'm a huge 7 fan because, again, you know, I was born in 1993. Final Fantasy VII came out in 1997. I was 4 years old and I could barely read. It was like right there with Pokemon. It was close to around the time me and my brother got our first PlayStation 1. We had played Final Fantasy titles on the NES before. We had played a few of the remakes. They weren't really remakes. They were just like re-platformed on the Game Boy. And then we'd played, you know, just like certain little things. You know, Final Fantasy. It was already ingrained into our roots. But when we played Final Fantasy VII for the first time, so that's a big reason for me why it's so big. Like, I couldn't even hardly read at the time, and my brother was playing through it a lot of the time. I think we played Disc 1 like a billion times when we were kids. We just didn't really get the concept of switching multiple discs in games. I know they were there. Believe me, we got it when we got older, but when we were kids, give me a break. But I feel you. You know, a lot of people didn't like the story of Final Fantasy VII. Me, on the other hand, I love it. There's a big twists and turns in there. Let's not talk spoilers. You know, Rez here has never played it. But, yeah, like, if you play the game, play it till the end. I guess it's a 90s nostalgia thing for a 90s baby that was really core into the Final Fantasy series. You know, that's the best way I know how to put it. But... and, you know, I can always see people saying it's overrated, especially if it's not your favorite Final Fantasy. A lot of people have their favorites as far as, like, a lot of the games, you know, and they all play out differently. But it was just one of those games, and not only that, just for the game for its time and the graphics that they introduced at its time for the game that it was, the style of game and the story they took with it was another big thing, and big deal about that game. Like, there wasn't many games that took a... gosh, I want to talk about it more so, but I don't really want to spoil anything for Ez, but just the type of game it was when it came out was just non-existent, really, you know? There was turn-based games out there, there were, but this type of story that this turn-based game, like, portrayed, the directions they took, so many different things about it. And again, if it wasn't your favorite Final Fantasy, I completely understand how you think it was overrated. It's not my favorite Final Fantasy. It's not. It's in my top 5s, though. I'll say that much. And I love the game. Can't wait to replay it all over again. I've beat it multiple times already. I can't wait to play the remake. I think it'll just be an amazing change to the series. But again, I completely understand. It's like... I hate to say it, but it's like Final Fantasy 13. It's the best example to use. Final Fantasy 13, I loved it. I'm not talking shit about it. I loved Final Fantasy 13 like a lot of people. I love most Final Fantasy games. My channel is called Tonberry Disciple. I'm very biased. I hate to say it, but it's true. I love most Final Fantasy games. I think my least favorite is Final Fantasy 2. You know, it's just because it was a game that was before its time. Do I hate it? No. Again, it was just before its time. But I know, I get it. You know, you literally have people who are core to the bone Final Fantasy II diehard fans. I'm not one of them. Again, you know, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan now. I love most of the games. That's why I say I'm biased as to things, you know, like, It's hard for me to say I just completely dislike a Final Fantasy game. But I wouldn't even stop, though, and say that Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game. I'm very hyped about it. It's my childhood being remade from, like, PlayStation 1 graphics to, like, updated, shit, didn't mean to use that, but updated 4K. It's hard not to be a little giddy about it, like a little school kid, but it's not my favorite Final Fantasy game, though. I'll say that right off the bat. Not my favorite Final Fantasy game. But there's so many things I love about it. And a big thing for me, again, you know, is just like completely nostalgia. But yeah, again, I can totally see how somebody could think it was overrated in a lot of ways. A lot of ways, I really do. A lot of people don't like the style of path that story tells either. Like, you know, it was a big deal for me. It was a big deal for a lot of people. Again, I was talking about how, like, the time that it came out, 1997, you didn't have games like that, telling the stories that it did, the turns that it take, the twists that it has in it. But, you know, a lot of people don't like those type of games, which I totally get as well. One of those weirdos that enjoy Final Fantasy VIII. I love Final Fantasy VIII as well. I love Final Fantasy XIII also. I enjoy the least like Final Fantasy. I don't play Final Fantasy II. You might think otherwise. Again, that is Final Fantasy II. It's not a bad game. It was just way before its time. Don't get me wrong, you like the game, but people make it out to be the best thing. Yeah, see, I understand. And I understand that as well. Like, a big thing, like I said, like, it was just the time of Final Fantasy VII when it came out. So many things introduced all at once. And I agree with you. Honestly, I love Final Fantasy VII. I do. If I had the choice, like, right off the bat, another game I wish they would have remade, it would have been Final Fantasy VI. If you never played Final Fantasy VI, you should. A lot of people won't, though. It's literally because of its graphics, which is one of the bigger reasons, again, why I say I wish that was the game that was getting remade. But I am very content with it being 7. I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII fan still. I do wish that 6 would have got the remake, though. Hands down. But again, I'm out here. I did like Final Fantasy 13. I did not actually, which I got a hit on very specifically, so it's just, you know, not too unbiased, but biased at the same time. I never played the sequels to Final Fantasy 13. I played only Final Fantasy 13. Didn't play 13-2 and did not play Lightning Returns. I don't even know the story. I've literally only played Final Fantasy 13, but I do love Final Fantasy 13. Fun fact. A lot of people that watch the streams know, but a lot of people don't know. My actual dog's name, Choco. Her name was actually from the Chocobo. Her name is literally Chocobo. It's not even Choco. I just call her Choco for short because when you're mad at your dog and you yell Chocobo, it's hard not to laugh. Anyway, and it's a lot easier to say Choco. But Choco is actually named after the baby Chocobo in Final Fantasy 13. When Zaz is walking around and contemplating, thinking about his son throughout the game, he always, like, gives that little, well, Chocobo, and that's where it came from, with the name for Chocobo. It actually came from Final Fantasy 13. Zaz being one of my favorite characters. I literally have his play arts. He's the only Final Fantasy 13 play arts figure I've got, and sitting right on my shelf over there. Not my only play arts figure, period, but the only one from Final Fantasy 13. But huge Zaz fan, which is weird. A lot of people did like Zaz. Zaz was my favorite character. But yeah, I can feel you. You know, I end up usually liking a lot of the Final Fantasies. A lot of other people don't like either, though. Like, again, 8, it's up there in my tops. I like 8, honestly, a little bit more than I like 7. But 8 has better graphics than 7. So I can see completely why. Not only that, they never kept a lot of the code from the original Final Fantasy 8. That's another reason why it never got a remake and only got a remaster as well. Horrible fun fact, but true fact. But yeah, if I had to be honest with you, would I have rather seen 8 get a remake? Yeah and no. Again, you know, I can see why it got the remaster. It definitely had better graphics than 7. And a nice, compelling story. It's more of a friendship story as well, in a sense. A little less psychological. I'm not saying it's not psychological. We all know if you played it. But a little less. But I feel you. You could live without the 13 sequels. That's what I've always heard. That's why I never really kind of bothered, honestly. 6 would be a great... Yeah, like, honestly agree. Like, I would love to see 6 being remade more than 7. I love Final Fantasy 7. If I actually had my own choice, it would have been 6. 6 is such a great game, but so many people won't play it literally, again, just because of the graphics. They, like, the best that you can get is, like, Super Nintendo graphics, and a lot of people aren't into that. Which I completely understand, you know. It's 2020, you know. I would have loved to see it get remade. Although, I have a weird prediction. Like, Square Enix already has hinted heavily at one of the next core Final Fantasy-esque. They didn't say it was Final Fantasy, but they did say it was a core title for the PlayStation 5 already in the mix. I kind of think it's going to be Final Fantasy 6 Remake. I have a gut feeling. You love 13? I love 13 as well. Says it's actually the only Final Fantasy character you could cosplay. Really? Final Fantasy 8, 13, your second, and then 15, your third. I actually like Final Fantasy 15 a lot too. I was talking about it a little bit earlier. Just being a more modernized game. I like the music with it. The graphics are phenomenal. The graphics and the cutscenes are literally almost seamless. That's not the only reason. The story, again, you know, it's just super compelling. I love the characters. But that hack and slash system. I'm a sucker for a good hack and slash game. And they nailed it. They completely nailed it in Final Fantasy 15. I think that's one of the bigger things that, again, that I'm really excited about with the Final Fantasy VII Remake as well, is that hack and slash system come with it. It has a lot of elements from Final Fantasy 15 and a lot of elements from Final Fantasy 13, and I feel like that's going to be a really cool thing about it as well. And then, you know, also they still got that classic system for the people that didn't really care for either of them. That like that more classic hack and slash-esque kind of thing. The story for 15 was a little wacky with the DLC. Yeah, see, I played all the DLC as well, and I know exactly what you mean. I didn't care, like, I didn't even play Episode Arden, to be honest with you. I played all of them, played Episode Ignis, Episode Prompto, Episode Gladio, all of them. I did a lot of the seasonal events. I did the crossover event for Final Fantasy 14. The big thing for me was just when things started getting controversial, one of the things, like, they started doing, like, different endings to the game, which kind of ruined the original. So, I feel ya. Shame they stopped supporting it. I'm hit and miss with it. You know, I loved it, but it got a little out there for me. I did actually like Kingsglaive the film. And again, I never played Episode Arden, so I don't really have a whole lot to really say about it. But the thing about it is, I just wish they would have slowed down with the DLC. I'm one of those people. Like, I liked playing a lot of them, but to me, some of it started just feeling a little silly. Like, again, with like the optional endings, I didn't like that part. I didn't really want to see an episode Luna Freya either. I hate to say it, but it's very true. I didn't have much interest in Luna Freya's character. They just didn't like, which was a big thing for a lot of people. They never really, like, which I'll even say it, you know, they didn't go into her character enough, and that's why I had no interest in seeing a DLC. But that was a big thing for a lot of people. They felt like literally they didn't go into her character enough, that they should have gave her a DLC. One of them I would have ended up playing, though, just because I thought she was such a badass. If they would have made, what was her name? Aranea? I think that was her name, the Dragoon lady, the Hawin woman. If they would have made hers, I would have played it. I hate to say it, it's true. She was a badass, but yeah, I feel you. I was hit and miss with just, like, so hit and miss with the DLC. Like, again, I liked a lot of the DLC, like with Gladio when he's gone. I liked how they filled that in. When Prompto was gone, I like how they filled in what was going on him with Ignis. I like how they filled that in. Arden, I know it's supposed to tell a lot of his backstory, but I feel like they had enough. You know, they never really went into too far into a backstory with too many other Final Fantasy characters in, you know, the series a lot. Like, you don't hear Kefka's backstory. He's just, like, literally one of the shittiest people you know. You hear a little bit about Sephiroth, a tad bit about, like, Cypher from 8, and, you know, Eden a little bit from 8 as well, or Ultimecia. But, like, it was always a big thing in Final Fantasy. You didn't have to hear about the backstory of the villain. Like one of the biggest ones, Garland, in Final Fantasy 1, the originals, which again, a lot of that had to do with the time that it came out. You didn't know shit about this guy. You just knew he was a shithead that just wanted to kill people. And that's kind of always what I felt about Arden. Then they go a little bit farther into his story. But again, I never played Episode Arden. It's the only DLC I never played, though, was Episode Arden. I think the one that actually killed it and tainted it for me, though, is when they started giving optional endings to the game again. There was that, but also, not just that, was literally the Kingsglaive DLC. I like the Kingsglaive film with Nyx and everything. I loved it. It was a good prequel to the game. And I felt like that gave you a lot of good Luna Freya backstory right there. But oh man, the actual Kingsglaive multiplayer game that was kind of supposed to be an MMO, which was more of a MOBA, I just thought it was horrible. I hated it, and that was a big thing that ruined the game for me as well. And I tried to lock it. I grinded so much into that, but it just ended up leaving me with a bad taste in my mouth. Luna Freya was interesting. Yeah, you know, like I said, I liked Episode Ignis. Honestly, if I had to choose, I like Episode Gladio and Episode Ignis a lot. Prompto, I liked it. I did. I liked the gameplay. Feel like it wasn't necessary, though. Like, I hate to say it. I like how they filled it in there, just like they did with Gladio and, you know, Ignis. And I know Prompto came out between the two of them. And again, you know, I like the gameplay to Episode Prompto. But in the end, it was, if I had to choose out of all of them, it was the one I liked the least. Episode Prompto, which is a crazy thing to say because Prompto is one of my favorite characters. It was just that I don't know, I felt like they were trying to think of a filler and they didn't really have much to fill in there, so they just kind of like dabbled in some stuff that was just like optional content anyway. I mean, it was part of the story, I know, but it's just, you didn't really have to put Prompto's story in there. I like that they, again, you know, like with the other characters, told us what was going on with him while he was away from the party. But that, I don't know, his little segment there was just, it just felt like a trod story, I guess you could say for me. Comrades wasn't good at all. I agree, yeah. I actually like Comrades at the start. But I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm getting most of the aggro here, is the problem. Or gosh, I forget what it's called in this game so many times. But yeah, they could have done more with Comrades, for sure. I feel like it would have been better if they would have made it the Kingsglaive before, you know, the events of Final Fantasy 15, but it was the exact opposite. It was like literally the Kingsglaive following the events of Final Fantasy 15, which were, I mean, they were kind of like, eh. I mean, do we even need to know more? Although, I mean, it was a fill from the start. They actually gave it away for free eventually, I think. Where's my teleport? I always loved the fact that they put Quetzalcoatl in this spot. I freaked when I saw this. I wish Quetzalcoatl would have been a bigger part of this game, but being a big Final Fantasy VIII fan and the whole Guardian Force, I always thought they should have done more. I would have loved to have seen an Eggy of Quetzalcoatl. I actually have a video lurking around on YouTube where it actually talked about how they could use, I mean, it would have been the perfect, like, Eggy, just the way it already looks. They wouldn't have to change it, just make it tiny. But, you know, we probably got all we'll ever get of a Quetzalcoatl, but I was really glad to see it being an addition to this game. When they said multiplayer, I thought you would play the main story as the bros. Yeah, see, that's what I think everybody had hoped. That they were going to release a co-op Final Fantasy 15 version, and that would have been amazing. But it isn't what we got at all. We got a weird MOBA raid game that was so broken because nobody wanted to be healer, everybody wanted to go in DPS, and it required a tank DPS healer style build like an MMO, but nobody played it that way, which was its biggest problem, hands down. The gameplay was just shite, you know? Could have done so much more with it. They didn't. It's like somebody in the office had a really good idea, and they just said, like, you know what? Never mind. It's too much work. And they just stopped. It was kind of like Dissidia NT. I feel like it was the exact same way with that. Somebody had a really, really good idea, and then they just quit putting into it. Choco. Hey, no. Choco. Sorry. My dog tries to sneak off and eat cat food. I'm gonna be vigilant. Ooh. Good deal. I barely ever get to use Cylinder Break. Almost 4 AM and you made pasta. Hey, that's awesome. Fun fact, my girlfriend actually made me pasta earlier for after my stream tonight. So I'm right there with you. When I get off the stream tonight, I'm literally eating some lasagna. But first, right now, I've got to take a very, very quick restroom break. Give me just a moment, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's keep going a little bit. One thing I wish that they would do with the Final Fantasy lore, so to speak, or the universe, I wish they'd start making more films. You know, we have the Spirits Within. I'm not a Spirits Within fan, don't get me wrong. If it wasn't a Final Fantasy film, I would like it more, I think. But it is, and so it bothers me, because it has absolutely nothing to do with Final Fantasy at all. Any of the games, it's its own random story, and it's just really not that great. And it almost killed Final Fantasy in general. Legit, like, it was so bad to the general public that they literally stopped liking Square for a lot of different reasons, but that was a big one. But I do actually love Advent Children, Final Fantasy VII. It's a prequel film. So if you've never actually played Final Fantasy VII, don't watch it till after you play and beat the game. You're going to be very confused. Even if you have played the game, you're a little confused. So if that tells you anything, play the game first. But Kingsglaive, it was so good. A lot of people probably, didn't like it. But I think the reason I liked it because it made so much about Final Fantasy 15 make so much sense. I would have honestly, I know Final Fantasy 4 has a sequel now, and I think Final Fantasy 2 also has a sequel now. There's just a few of those. I wish those would have actually been turned into films rather instead of game sequels, because they're a little silly. The way they play out, kind of like all the Final Fantasy. If a Final Fantasy game ever comes out and it gets a sequel, the sequel's automatically a little bit silly. I don't know why they do that, but it's kind of their routine. But their films, when they actually have a good production crew behind them, and a good screenplay writer, and a good writer and producer, they are amazing. And again, Final Fantasy 15, it had an all-star voice acting cast. It had Sean Bean, had Aaron Paul. I can't remember the actress's name, the lady who played Cersei in Game of Thrones. Not Cersei, yeah. But, like, yeah, I mean, it was just great. Final Fantasy V has a movie 200 years after the game. Really, I don't think I've ever seen it. Seems like a bit much, though. They put so much money towards Spirit Within. Yeah, no, it was just a waste. Basically a movie, that's true. I think that's one of the things I like about 13 as well, though. I wasn't a big fan of the gameplay. I wasn't against it, just I wasn't the biggest fan of the gameplay either. But I could see that, later on in the game it does get more open-worldy as well, which was always really nice to see. Never watched it, but your brother has, and he says it was pretty cool. I have to try to check it out sometime. Like me a good Final Fantasy film. Like I said, I love Advent Children, I love Kingsglaive. It's an anime, but you can find it on YouTube. It's interesting. I'm a big anime fan, so it's not a what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't ruin it for me. I'd still enjoy it, I'm sure. I'm a huge anime fan, actually. I'm getting very, very, very caught up. You would like to know, Rez, on Black Clover. I'll just say this, I'm not going to get into spoilers for anybody out there who may be watching it, or may plan to watch it, or be curious about watching it, but I know who Licked is, Rez. That's how caught up I am on, and I know the episode after that as well, so, yeah. I'm that caught up. Almost there. I think I'm like, 10 or 11 episodes behind now. Completely caught up on My Hero Academia. Gosh, speaking of anime, there was actually a Final Fantasy VII anime that I wish would have been brought more to fruition as well, the general public. I don't think I want to do raiding as a tank. Do you actually want to do the raids as well, Rose? Like, I'll do the Alliance and the normal. But I don't want to do them as the Gunbreaker. I think all I really want to do as the Gunbreaker is the Trials, leveling, and the 50, 60, 70. And I think that's all I'm really going to end up doing with Gunbreaker now. I don't think that's enough to actually get the level, but it's kind of really the only direction I want to go. Oh, really? Yeah. The current Black season's almost over. I'm trying to get caught up, yeah. Gosh, I want to say I'm on episode 92. Funimation now is one of the best things I've ever got a subscription to. Hands down. When I'm sleepy, I watch a little Dragon Ball and pass out. Go for it, sweet. Oh wow, this queue is gonna kill us. I wish Minato was here right now. No kidding. Cruz, you wanna play? You wanna get in and be a tank or a healer right now? Yes, okay, awesome. Yeah, we are doing roulettes. If you wanna join in on these, yeah, I'll take it down now. Even if you don't wanna be a tank or a healer, it's fun. You can still do the Alliance raid or normal raids with us as well. But yeah, I'll quit the queue and you can join in with us. It's completely fun. You go dark? Well, that's cool. Hope we get Ridorana or Oribon. I'd like to see Ridorana a lot of health. Oribon, I wouldn't complain about it. Just, I don't know. How rusty are people? I'm gonna be rusty. I'd like to see Ridorana though. It's been a while. Like me some Ridorana Lighthouse. Hop over to Ultras. That's all good. We're just chilling. Factory? You never gotten on Roulette? I don't think I have either. Is it on Roulette right now? The copied factory? Although, part of me doesn't want to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow for sure. But, man, I have such bad luck in the copied factory. Ooh. I'm gonna keep that one. Rez coming in showing off his Rathalos. Rub it in. I still need to do more Rathalos runs. Man, how many more do I need? It's been a while since I've checked. 23 more clears. I want that mount so bad. I don't even play Monster Hunter and I want it. It just felt like I had to work so hard for it. I still actually want a current, like a current mount as well. Like Titania is the one I've done the most. I still don't even have enough Titania clears. Let's see. 55 Titania clears. Still need 44 more to get the mount. You don't think factory is in? Yeah, I didn't know if it was in just yet or not either. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not really 100% sure about their whole raid thing either. We should do it one day. Oh, Rathalos? I mean, I really wouldn't mind. I don't know many people that really try to do it. The last few times that I've seen people even doing Rathalos was, it was like all tank runs. And, like, everybody was a tank. It will be once the next 24 mana's out. Usually at it then. I was thinking it might have been something like that. It's easier as all tanks. Or 3 and 1 healer. Well, I mean, the healer's kind of like irrelevant. I mean, you gotta use the potions in the Rathalos spot. It's all good. Good if you wanna grab some more food. You just reminded me. Well, actually, it wouldn't matter here. I was gonna actually eat some random food in the game, but I don't. It would be more important as the gunbreaker right now. Cool. Oh no. Cruise! Come back from the food. I'm actually surprised it didn't take very long at all. Sorry. So, well, I wasn't the only one playing the cutscene. Not sorry. Nah, I'm kidding. up, Choco. Here we go. Alright, Choco. Thanks for the lovin'. The good luck, scrubs. I have no idea where Skittles is, though, and it's freaking me out. Part of me thinks I should just go ahead and switch to Garuda, but I think I'm just gonna leave it on E-Free, like this whole raid. It just plays out too quick these days to even switch to Garuda in this. Oop! Valve 4 is another thing. I wish they'd do so much more with the series. Like Final Fantasy X Valve 4, oh my god, such an amazing Aeon to actually have in the game. I mean, I know it's the one you get at the very beginning with Yuna and everything. If you haven't played it, I'm sorry, that was a huge spoiler. I'm a Final Fantasy guy though. Sometimes they're gonna happen. But gosh, I feel like he's such an underrated character as far as like the Final Fantasy realm or lore and world. Valve 4 was sick. It was awesome. Another reason, well, I really don't even want to bother with switching to Garuda at this moment either. It's just like how separated things tend to be within playing this raid. Like all these mobs, they get so separated, and like Garuda works with like groups of 3+. I mean, in some ways groups of 2 as well, but for the most part groups of 3+. It feels so senseless in this raid. Other raids, yeah, definitely needs to happen, but this one. Not all raids, but this one specifically, I feel like you could just coast right by with just E-Free and not even worry about Garuda whatsoever. I mean, see how fast that was? It was so separated for the most part as well. Very specifics. It's a weird way to say that, but yeah, still, it stands. It works. Variable specifics, that's a better way to put it. Ooh. Good deal. What alliance we're in? B. Okay. Just kind of following Rez right here. Oops. No way, that was like super on sync with everybody. Actually, we might have been a little less there. It wasn't too bad though. Minato, lally ho. How are you tonight, Minato? How was the Monday? How are you, it's Tuesday now. How's the Tuesday going? Glad to hear from you, Minato. Want to jump in on the next raid with us and maybe the stuff's here in a bit when I start trying to do Gunbreaker. Which I'm not doing a lot with that. Again, I'm just doing the leveling 50, 60, 70, and the, maybe the trials. I don't know. I might do that as the summoner as well. We'll see. In hindsight, at first it looked like, yeah. Now I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, you know, if you want to come along with us either way, though, that'd be cool. Would love to have you, Minato. Definitely. And again, hopefully you've been doing really well. Oh, monkey. Oh, monkey. Right, just in bed? It's really cold out, yeah, I feel ya. I'm doing okay. I've had a decent day. I'm pretty tired, to be honest with you. It was my first real, like, day back at work. Like, I worked last week, but, like, last week I worked Monday, had Tuesday and Wednesday off, and then Thursday and Friday off. Or, no, it was like, sorry. I worked Monday and Tuesday, had Wednesday and... No, I worked Monday, had Tuesday and Wednesday off, worked Thursday and Friday, then had Saturday and Sunday off. And before that, I had a huge non-day break, so, like, my brain's just all, like, straight up Garfunkel, if that makes any sense. And, like, I'm just, like, brainwashed tired. I feel okay, it's just that today was the Monday, the start of the week back, and I just feel brainwashed. I just need to get back into the grind, get used to it all. Like, this weekend, I'm gonna feel real weird. Thank you for asking, though. Shit. Convenient. Not so convenient. Must be weird having to start a work week again after such a long break. Yeah, it's kind of the boat that I'm in right now. It doesn't help that it already feels weird at the beginning of the week. And I just, what's really going to get to me is going to be this weekend. I already know, like, not just this weekend, but like Thursday and Friday. Oh, it's really going to mess with me, Minato. Like, hardcore. would do. Alright, so... Minato, do you actually want to try to jump in some of this stuff, maybe? And thank you for the player accommodation. It's all good, Minato. Figured I'd offer, though. Okay. Normal roulette. Number 11 shouldn't be too long. I think I'm actually going to erase this and try to take a convenient restroom break beforehand. I'll be right back. Princess Mononoke. I feel ya. I actually like what is that one? That is Lakshmi's. Yeah, I think so. I feel you there. Princess Mononoke is, to me, it's such a good underrated film from Studio Ghibli. I mean, a lot of people love it. I'm not saying they don't. It's just I still feel like it's underrated. A lot of the love just goes to so many of the other titles, and Princess Mononoke is so good. It's one of my tops. Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, and Howl's Moving Castle are my top 3 Studio Ghibli films. Gosh, I still want that one as well. That was the one from Seiryu, yeah? I could be wrong. I could never actually get enough run. How many did I actually get? Only 39. I wanted to get more. It wasn't like Byakko. I got so lucky with Byakko and Susanoo. You don't win. Always hate that. It's the only dog that you have. Been looking for that movie on Blu-ray, and it's always like 30 to 40 bucks. Last time I watched it, where did I watch it? Gosh, how did I watch it last? I might have rented it. I don't know. But I feel you. Yeah, Princess Mononoke is a fantastic film. Just need Shinryu's, Lakshmi's, and another one you can't remember. I need Seiryu, I need Shinryu, and I need Suzaku. It's the 3 that I need for the dogs. And Tsukiyomi. 4. I need Tsukiyomi, Shinryu, Seiryu, and Suzaku. The only 3 that I've actually got are Byakko, Susanoo, and Lakshmi. I still want a dragon. That's where my heart is right now. At least one of them. I've got none still. I'm not gonna do that great here. I'm gonna try though. Tsukiyomi is the one you couldn't remember? Yeah, Tsukiyomi's I mean, it's almost dead trying to do any Tsukiyomi content in this game. It's been so long since I've ran any Guardian. Shit. That's not good. No, we need somebody over here. We didn't fulfill. We didn't fulfill. Nobody stacked in the bubs. Bubbles were unfulfilled. We might die. Maybe not. DPS is pretty far up, thankfully. on his Leylons. Here we go. Good deal. I don't need any of this loot. Been so long since yeah, I'm in the same boat as both of you. Computer aims for Leylons. Akame got killed. What a name. It's actually a decent anime if you've never seen it. I say it's decent because a lot of people, it's kind of like, I mean, don't watch it with a kid. We'll see that. A lot of adult humor. A lot of adult animation there. Nothing too bad, but adulty. dragon? I need a dragon. So bad. I have none. Closest thing to a dragon I have is... Let's see. Midgar Somar, probably. Zoo's just a giant bird. Yeah, I think Midgar Somar is the closest thing to a dragon I'm gonna get. Which is a dragon, but I mean, we all got Midgar Somar. I still need to get all my birds too. Gosh, I only have like 3 birds, I think, maybe 2. How many birds do I got? 2. Yeah, I've got the one from Bismarck, the one from I think Ravana. Yes. We definitely need more birds. Got all the horses though. Them ponies. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and call it on the summoner for the night. I may not do trials, I may just do 50, 60, 70 dungeons of the leveling, but I'm gonna switch over to the, look who came in the game! Glad to see you, Minato. But yeah, I'm gonna actually switch over to the Gunbreaker now for the rest of the night. 5 more mounts? Really? A lot of mine that I've got is just like from events and stuff like that, like grinding for the yokai. There's still a lot that I don't have either, so don't feel bad. There's a lot that I don't have. Like I don't have that one. I don't think so anyway. Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, I do. Disembodied head. I forgot that I had this one. I don't even remember how you get this one. How do you get this mount? We can do trial roulette if you want. Should be pretty quick. Gives a good experience. I want to do trial roulette, but the thing about trial roulette is, to be honest with you, I'm not the best tank in the world. I might die. We can give it a whirly-dirly, but if we die, don't hate me. I haven't done a trial roulette as an actual tank in so long. Leveling in 50, 60, 70 is one of those kind of like, I feel comfy. Trials, I'm just very, it's like stepping into warm water. Palace of the Dead. That's how you get it, really. You'll tank it? Oh. Okay, we'll try it. I mean, I still need the tank as well. You main tank, I'll just DPS take, so to speak. You have no cool one. You got the Fenrir SD. Isn't that what it's called? The Bach? I don't have that one. I don't have a brother cool enough to purchase. Oh, this will be real easy, thankfully. Gosh, it's been so long. Awesome. That was super quick. Forgot it even existed. You meant quick? I was expecting Totten quick, not this guy quick. Holy hell, it was super fast, yeah. I didn't expect that either. Okay, I don't know if everybody wants to do this. I need to do leveling and the 50-60. If you legitimately, if you're in the party and you don't want to do either one of those, just let me know. And the ones that, if you all just, you know, if none of you care, we just want to run it, that's cool. We'll do both. But if there's one that you don't want to do of the other, but there's one you're willing to do, and if you just let me know really quick and I'll do that one first, like maybe the 50, 60, 70, or again, maybe even the leveling. Leveling's like a tug of war of things, but SDS is what it's called, yeah. I mean, that's a really badass mount, you know? It really is. The Fenrir mount. That's cool, mid-auto. I'm just gonna run tank. Like, I'm just gonna stay gunbreaker. It's like really all I really have left. Think you're tired out? It's 5 AM. I completely understand. Handsome or Alexandria. Hey, thank you very much as well. Thanks for popping in. And you have a great night as well, no doubt. Thank you so much for watching, jumping in and being on the gameplay. And for participating tonight, definitely appreciate that. You helped out a lot with the raids, and that was really awesome. Thank you so much. Do we actually have each other on the friends list? I think so. I hope so. But again, yeah, thank you so much. Okay, let's go ahead and do leveling, because it might just throw us in another trial. You never really know. And then we can end it up with the 50, 60, 70 roulette. That's probably going to be my stopping point as well, as Handsome or Alexandria was just saying, it's very late. I'm also getting very tired. I'm gonna end up like just finishing this honestly and eating and passing out, to be honest with you. I'm getting very, very tired. It's been a Monday. I've had a weird week and I've got a long week ahead of me. I'm gonna try to be on a little bit earlier tomorrow though, to be honest with you. I was wanting to be on a tad bit earlier today, and you know, knowing that I'm not going to be on here Wednesday, I'm gonna really be trying to make up for that, especially also tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the raid, so we'll see how a lot of it goes. You're max on the blue tomes. What are the blue tomes? Do I even have blue tomes? What do you even spend them on? Oh, Goetta. Those were the ones before the ones now, yeah? With the Phantasmagora? Which are the ones that I need to be spending at the moment for my summoner. Which I think I'll just like kind of wait it out till after this. The 440 garbage stuff. Yeah, they're not. Honestly, it wouldn't be bad for me to actually put on my Watt Mage. It's not ideal, but at the same time, it's better. My Watt Mage is still wearing some like 300 stuff. My Watt Mage is very behind. Very behind. Mats for the 450 crafter gear. Oh, that's not too bad with the blue tombstones. That's pretty cool. I could probably use some more crafter gear. Not at the moment, honestly, my fisherman. Actually, I don't have a crafter. My culinarian's still super underleveled, and my fisherman's still level 70, which, I mean, that's a gatherer, but yeah. Okay, where are we? The Sunken Temple of Khan. Bear with me. That's all I gotta say. Level 37, holy hell. You gotta bear with me. It's been a very long time since I've been in here. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Oh, man. Good deal. Are you fucking serious? That close? There we go. Oh, dear God. Okay, so hands down, somebody else should probably do the combination up here in a bit, because, I'm not gonna lie, I legit don't remember. It's been a few nuts. Been a few days. Been a while. Oh shit. Did our healer? Okay, I was a little afraid there for a second. Okay, cool. good deal. Going pretty well. Alright, Minato, or Rez, honestly, if either of you know this, maybe you should do it instead of me, to be honest with you. I don't remember the order of this at all. Sweet. Also, thank you. Somebody else got it. Cool. Either. Well, it worked out at least. That's good. It was still fun, at least. I'm gonna have to go ahead and take my last, very last restroom break of the night. Give me just a moment and I'll be right back. I might just worry about actually trying to get that extra bit of gear for the summoner tomorrow. It's all good, Minato. Let me know when you get back. But yeah, I had to restroom break as well. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna worry about gearing up summoner tomorrow. Just gonna finish things out here. Do this last thing with the gunbreaker, and I'm gonna end up calling it a night. I'm getting very tired and very hungry. Don't we change the free company house a bit? Just now noticed. Yeah, I saw that she took the Christmas tree down. I'll go inside and check a bit again. No reason not to. But yeah, I saw where she took the actual Christmas tree down. I like that she actually decorates the place. Here lately, I've been so far behind on a lot of stuff in the game. Decorating the free company house has been a big one. I've been trying to keep up with at least events, though, adding new things here and there. But I can also see how, yeah, oh wow, no, she moved a lot, actually. This was in the corner. I actually like this, though. This looks really good. Honestly, it kind of needed a little bit of movement around here. The additional plant over here kind of brings some light into the room as well. Also, the windows look broader. It might have always been like that, but yeah, moving the fireplace from the corner to here, I mean, it's a nice little adjustment. I actually like that quite a bit. It sounds weird, but I really like how things go down here at the bottom as well. We have, it's so themed to everything that's been going on within the game. But yeah, I like what she did with the top up here. I feel like it was a nice, necessary adjustment. Using the Kojin and the Mammon over there as well. Nice little addition. Ah, that's really awesome, Rez. Hopefully you can figure out something that you want to do pretty soon. We can go check out your place real quick if you want. It's been a little while since I've been to your place. I mean, I go to your place almost every stream, but on the inside, you know. It's always a nice little adjustment to go in every now and then. It'd be nice if I could actually hit 63. The windows are decorations too. Nice. They were really bright. I thought it was a nice little touch. I was unsure, but they do look really nice. Might have done something. No, she said she was going to decorate your house too. Really? That's interesting. Let's go check it out. Minato's back. Nice. I hope with this next one I can get that level up, though. That'd be really nice. I really have always liked your place, Riz. This room looks like you're a detective searching for somebody. What is the music playing in here currently right now? I always like this little corner too. To me, it always reminded me of the Sword in the Stone in Merlin's place. But yeah, the Marlin, or at least the Marlin-esque looking fish up above. But yeah, I've always liked your place. And again, this music in here is. And what is this? Giant, like, looking Ifrit, like. Man, that's two things. This looks amazing. Honestly, like, it reminds me of Ifrit, but not just Ifrit, but also, like, what is his name in Lord of the Rings? He's in the Mines of Moria. Gosh, why can't I remember his name right now? She didn't mess with it. It still looks really nice. Also, again, still really like this thing. The music is, it's the Monster Hunter World music, really. What about this Ifrit thing you got going on here that looks like a old dude from, gosh, what is his name? Lord of the Rings, Mons Moria, Gandalf. You shall not pass. It's Ifrit's giant head. There's a more glowy version of it as well, really. Better one glue. I mean, it still looks pretty badass. Who am I thinking of? What is his name? I'm looking him up. Balrog! That's his name. The Balrog. How did I forget Balrog? You shall not pass! But yeah, the Balrog. Man, that's been so long. I need to watch Lord of the Rings again. Looks like, Xehanort from Ninja Gaiden 2. I could see that. But then again, I've only played NES Ninja Gaiden, so maybe my knowledge is wrong here. Let's look him up. Maybe I'm Xehanort. Oh wow, yeah, this is nothing like I was thinking of. I could see that though. I was thinking some old school Ninja Gaiden. That's really the biggest thing with me with Ninja Gaiden. I played the NES games when I was younger. A lot of the older or newer ones I haven't. Take a look at those links you sent you. I looked at them. Have I watched them? No. I would definitely do want to watch those Persona 3 movies though. 100%. I'm really glad you sent them to me as well. It's really awesome. Euthanasia! What's up, Euthanasia? How are you? How you been? How you doing? How was the Monday? Okay, it's been a while. Hopefully this goes well. Like, for real, for real. Shame they never dubbed it, but it's still fantastic. I wish they would actually go ahead and actually dub the Persona 5 anime as well. And re-release the last episode. I don't know why they haven't done that. It's like they released it, then just took it back. First time in a very long time taking Snow Cloak, so bear with me here. Okay, at least I got a couple moves this time, not just one. Thank you, Minato. Regret not going healer. I feel you. I mean, it hasn't been too bad so far, at least, thankfully. That was fun. Alright. We gotta watch those snowballs. I know that much. It's been a while. So far, so good. Let myself get a little bit frozen, maybe. Come on. Not much more left here. Going decent so far. Here we go. Last stretch. Gosh, 30 hours. It's hard to believe. Alright, Fenrir time. Also, bear with me. I have not tanked this in so long. Like, it's so long, like, give me a minute to actually adjust some inventory. Two cards. Alright, here we go. Oh shit. Didn't make it. Shit! It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay. Definitely not okay. Holy shit! Healer, what are you doing? We need yeah, we might need that. Healer, let me go. Okay. And we got the level up, which is really nice. There at the end, that got spooky. Oh man, I legitimately died. The healer just let me go. I did get behind that though, but wait, what? Luckily, we did get it though. Did get really close there at the end though, like I said. Ugh. Bit much. And Minato kind of would have rather had you healers. It's all good though. At least we made it through it. Didn't die till there at the end. Could have been worse. The healer was pinned? Yeah, I was as well. But with that, I'm gonna have to call it. I am so tired. So hungry. Gotta call it here. But the goal was met, at least. Got to, I'm gonna go ahead and travel back to the Free Company house. I mean, I'm not gonna even travel there. I'm just gonna run back. But the goal was met, like I said, at least. Got the, got, you know, some tombstones with the summoner. Got to level 63 with the gunbreaker. So the goal was met, thankfully. Everything that we set out to do tonight was done. But again, I'm gonna have to go ahead and call it here. It's almost 6 a.m. I am very tired. I am very hungry. and it is time for me to get out of here for real. I definitely appreciate everybody that was watching, participating, and everything tonight. It's been a lot of fun. But I gotta get out of here. I really do. I'll be back on tomorrow, though. But I mentioned at the beginning, I'm not gonna be on this Wednesday. Like, tomorrow I will stream, but the day after tomorrow I will not be on here. I've got a few things I gotta do after work, so it's just, I'm not gonna end up being on here. I will be back on Thursday night, and I will be back on Friday night as well. I'll kinda be on here on Saturday, but it'll be something completely different, which I do hope everybody gets into. It's where I'm gonna be starting the tasting with Tombles. It's a new segment I'm gonna be starting here on YouTube on this channel. But again, thank you all so much for helping out. That everybody that did, Rez, Minato, Handsome, thank you so much, all of you, or Alexandria if you prefer. It's been a lot of fun. Gonna head off. It was fun. I understand, Minato. I'm in the same boat. I'm gonna be heading out, and I definitely had fun as well. Thank you so much. Hopefully you have a good night instead of... Oh, yeah, thank you as well, Rez. I had a lot of fun, and can't wait until the next time. Definitely glad that I could come in here and get a little progress on with the gunbreaker here. Or the summoner, so to speak, as well. Got plenty of tombstones, and can't wait to utilize those here in a couple of days. But again, Rez, thank you. Minato, thank you. Handsome, thank you. Or Alexandria, again, if you prefer, thank you so much. Can't wait to jump back in here tomorrow. We'll be doing a little bit more, maybe even be on the Blue Mage tomorrow. Just didn't do it tonight because of just really wanting to get through some things. Maybe not even do it tomorrow, we'll see. And I'm going to be in the same boat. I'm trying to get some tombstones, trying to level up the gunbreaker, and then, you know, also trying to stay up to current date. Need to actually do that, the copied factory tomorrow, so we'll see how that actually goes. But good night to you as well, Rez. And Minato, good night to you as well, and anybody watching, no doubt, good night to all of you. Definitely appreciate all the help, all the fun, and all the support. But again, I'm gonna have to call it here. I'm tired, I'm hungry, it's almost 6 a.m. I gotta get out of here, but thank you all so much for watching, and all the support, no doubt. And thank you for also hitting up Twitch as well, Minato. Thank you so much. And the potato LVL, thank you so much. But I'm gonna get out of here, everybody. Take it easy, have fun. And from all the support, all the subscribers, past, present, and future over on Twitch, members over on YouTube in the same boat, and all the Patreon support if you wanted the wall of appreciation, Patreon is the way to do it. Thank you all so much for watching, participating in all the fun, definitely. And I will be back on tomorrow, no doubt. Hopefully a little bit earlier, and it'll probably be about the same length of time, but we'll just see how that goes. But until next time, everybody, I am out of here. Have fun, and I can't wait to see you again. You know, maybe it'll be tomorrow, hopefully. But even if it's not, maybe you can catch me this weekend. Going to be starting that new segment I've been talking about, tasting with Tombles. It should be exciting. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and hopefully you can catch it. And if not, you know, maybe you can catch me tomorrow or Thursday and Friday, where I'll be doing more Final Fantasy XIV here. Going to be doing a lot here on the channel. Tim's coming up January 21st. And I'm going to be trying to somehow work in Ni no Kuni. I need to finish it so badly. But everybody, I'm going to get out of here. I'm so tired. I'm so hungry. I'm randomly getting the hiccups. But I'm so tired and hungry, though. I'm definitely getting out of here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, everybody, I'm out of here. See you next time. See you, Space Cowboy.